real quick what the folks at the Bishop Dudley House told me to prepare to wear and to bring with for tonight for the sleep out. Sleeping bag, big boots, multiple pairs of pants and shirts, and a big heavy coat. And as I got all that stuff ready, I thought, how difficult would it be to have all that stuff, not have a home to put it in, and I've got to carry all that stuff because I'm going to need it to survive every night, and then go to a job during the day, and just getting some more awareness as I prepare for the sleep out tonight. And it also made me think about, do you remember the Invisible Man? When the Invisible Man wanted to be seen by people, what he would do is he would put clothes on, and then they would be able to see him. And I thought about how we have thousands and thousands of homeless people wearing multiple layers of clothes every day, and they still go unseen. They're still invisible to our culture and still go unheard. Their stories do. I'm going to put all these clothes on, and in case you're wondering, I wasn't wearing any pants while I was filming this video, so you're welcome for that. And I'll check in with you again when I get up to the Bishop Dudley House for the sleep out tonight. Thanks for coming along on this journey as we get ready to do the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House, a night of hope for the homeless. We're going to sleep outside, myself and 13 other folks, and they've given each of us a story of somebody who has stayed at the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House, either an individual or their family. And the story of a man who is 3 years younger than myself, and he has 4 young children. His story is that after his youngest daughter was born, his wife went into some depression and self-medicated with illegal drugs. She was arrested, put in prison. He was forced to take care of the 4 young children and try to have his job at the same time, but he couldn't keep up with his shifts at his job, so he was fired from his job, and that's how him and his family became homeless. And he says here, thank God for the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House. And I think about how, him and those kids both, they never thought that they were going to be homeless, and none of us do either. Nobody really does. But there's so many different stories that lead to homelessness, and each story is an individual human being. They all have likes and favorite foods and hobbies and dreams and hopes, and I'm sure those little kids all have favorite superheroes and favorite princesses, and they have hopes and dreams, and when they need places, we need to support places like the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House and help them out. And I'm going to go check in with all the other guests here, and then we're going to come outside for the sleep out. I think I'll have one more chance to check in with you tonight. If not, I will see you in the morning. All right, sleep out recap. What is it like to sleep outside? It's cold. It's also very, very noisy. I couldn't believe how much noise there was to deal with. The trains, the helicopters, the people walking around, all the stuff you hear at night. I think I finally fell asleep around 3 o'clock this morning. We went to bed a little after 10:30, and they woke us up at 6. They woke us up at 5. It's 6 now. Talking with Tom last night, a man who was homeless who's not anymore, he said, you scope out the place you're going to sleep, you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning before the rest of the world gets going so you can get your stuff out of there, you hide what little you have so nobody steals it, you try to function like that. I could not imagine trying to function on this little amount of sleep. We slept out here in a box. They had a tent to break the wind for us and security, but then there was still a couple minutes into the sleep out, somebody came walking into the tent. It was a drum, walking around the tent, and I could not imagine trying to sleep outside with my family and worry about how vulnerable you are when you sleep out, not just the cold, but man, it's just so noisy. Even one of the tips they gave us was to do one more video here before I leave the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House and head to work for the morning. What's the reality of homelessness in this city and across the country, and then what do we do? So the reality is they do a one-day count every year. They did it last year here in this city. They counted in one day 400 people, a little over 400 people who were homeless. The reality is, at the place that I just stayed at, they had over 1,500 unique individuals last year. So there's a big difference in the numbers between that one-day count and how many. We're missing 1,000 homeless people. We're missing over 1,000. And that's just this city. So then when they turn that number in across the nation, how many thousands and thousands of people are we missing when we do these counts? How can we plan? How can we fund? The answer is they don't, and they won't. We need to. You do, I do. We're going to have to take care of this. It's going to be on us because
They're not even counting them right. They're not even counting these human beings, these moms and dads and little boys and girls who are living with homelessness. They're not. What do they need here? They need toiletries at this shelter and probably the one close to you. They need all sorts of soap and laundry detergent and those types of things. And they need time. They need people to give their time to come and help these folks out who are caught in a spot right now experiencing homelessness. And I want to thank all the people who I've met here who have shared their stories with me. I'll never forget the stuff that you shared with me. I'll never forget the smiles and the laughter in spite of what you're facing. And the lady who slept outside 2 nights ago under a tree in just her jeans and a sweatshirt, didn't even come close to what you have to go through. But God bless you, and we'll all talk again soon. How about that? Let's keep talking about this, huh?